All through our 90 minutes of news and throughout the last few months, we've been keep hearing that the tolls at the downtown and midtown tunnels are a done deal.
But are they really? 10 on your side's investigation is raising questions as to whether the proposed tolls, as they are now, are even constitutional. 10 on your side's Andy Fox is raising this question, and it's one that Governor Bob McDonnell didn't like answering. Andy?
He sure doesn't. Raising this question with the threats of possible lawsuits complicates what was thought to be a done deal. And if we've learned anything about a done deal in the General Assembly, it is never over until it's over. Do you feel like you've been ambushed on this issue?
Look, more than that, I feel like the people in Hampton Roads have been sacrificed.
Portsmouth State Senator Louise Lucas blames Governor Bob McDonnell for cutting a deal she says unfairly impacts Portsmouth residents and other residents too. Do you think that Governor McDonnell has sold Portsmouth down the river?
Sold Hampton Roads down the river. I want to make sure that everybody in Hampton Roads is up in arms about this. Hampton Roads has been sold down the river.
Lucas blames the governor for approving VDOT to do business with a private group called Elizabeth River Crossings. The partnership will build a new Midtown Tunnel tube, extend the Martin Luther King Freeway, and make improvements to the downtown tunnel. The deal will leave tolls on the Midtown and downtown tunnels for over 50 years. During rush hour, drivers will pay $1.84 each way, but that can increase each year by about 3%. Governor Bob McDonnell. Is this absolutely a done deal?
The project is agreed to.
Is it absolutely a done deal? Is there anything that can make it go away?
No.
A done deal? Well, not so fast. In 2008, the Supreme Court of Virginia ruled that the Hampton Roads Transportation Authority could not raise taxes and fees because they had not been elected by the people to do so. And to do so would be unconstitutional. And the people at VDOT and Elizabeth River Crossings are not elected by the people, but they are putting tolls on the people, which could be considered a tax.
Yes, I do think it raises a question.
Tripp Pollard is a senior attorney at the Southern Environmental Law Center and has spent years arguing transportation cases. VDOT and the Elizabeth River Crossing people have the right to tax or toll, or what you want to call it, and they are not elected to do so.
That's right, and I think that's a serious issue about whether it's constitutional or not.
Do you think it's unconstitutional?
No, and we don't have any, I have no Attorney General's opinion to the contrary. They review these contracts.
Well, the fact is, the Attorney General says he has not issued any formal legal opinion for or against the tolls. But McDonnell says this case is different because it comes under the Public-Private Transportation Act that was authorized by the General Assembly, that is elected by the people.
It's very different. This is a matter of contract between the state and a private vendor in exchange for them putting capital at risk.
But Attorney Pollard doesn't buy Governor McDonnell's reasoning.
I don't think that the fact that there was a contract would be dispositive at all, because just because you have a contract with an unelected body doesn't take away the question, is it proper to have given that unelected body the authority to impose taxes or tolls?
10 on your side started raising questions about the done deal with Portsmouth delegate Johnny Joanno and Norfolk delegate Ken Alexander. There's got to be something that can be done to keep a cap on these tolls and to lower them. There's got to be something.
Well, there might be something in the future.
What is that? Tell me.
We'll tell you in the future.
No, the future is now. And the future is Delegate Alexander has met with Richmond attorney Pat McSweeney, and together they could challenge the constitutionality of the tolls.
An unelected body should not impose fees, taxes, and tolls. They don't have the constitutional authority.
Alexander sponsored House Bill 1297 that was defeated. The bill basically said you cannot put a toll here on the downtown tunnel and take the proceeds from this facility to build another tube at the Midtown Tunnel or extend the Martin Luther King Freeway. It would be argued if you do that, the downtown toll becomes a tax because the downtown tunnel toll benefits something not used by those going through the downtown tunnel. And according to the Supreme Court of Virginia, unelected people cannot implement taxes that are in the form of tolls.
Unelected body cannot impose taxes and fees.
What about tolls?
A toll is a form of a tax.
And that's what this case will come down to. Is a toll a tax? A federal case in Northern Virginia decided tolls are not taxes. But that case is now being appealed. But attorney Pat McSweeney says this is a much different type case, and he is confident in this case tolls are taxes, and VDOT and Elizabeth River Crossings are not constitutionally able to implement the tolls. We will see how it plays out, but critics argue Portsmouth has failed to show a unified front against the tolls. Tomorrow night at 6, we confront Portsmouth state leaders, and you will see exactly how at odds both of them are. And that has not helped in this discussion.
User fee or tax, that's the nomenclature here, and they're both different things.
That's what it will come down to, but of course Ken Alexander is saying a toll is a tax and the money comes out of your pocket.
A lot of people looking at this one. Thanks, Andy.